and you're not pulling anything, don't bother to put water in your tank. It will pump. The water pump works, and it'll pump water and it'll trickle down the screen, but then it's a problem. You have to dump it and pour it out and all that kind of thing. So I've only had water in it one time and ran it with water. For the length of time you're going to run it in, not pulling anything, it won't get hot. You can put your hand here on the head toward the front and see how hot it's getting. If it gets so you can't even keep your fingers on it, just shut it off for a while. You want to grease everything up and oil everything. There's only one grease spot on it, and that's right here on the connecting rod at the crankshaft. Just turn that in. It's got good compression. I do have a crank guard for it that mounts here, but I've never put it on because if you got that on, it's just almost impossible to get to this grease cup. And so I use a little oil. I use sewing machine oil. You get sewing machine oil. I use sewing machine oil because it's not only lightweight, but it's sewing machine oil is not petroleum based, it's paraffin based. Same thing that candles are made out of. And the advantage of it is it doesn't attract dust. Petroleum will attract dust and hold dust and grit, which you don't really want. So just use a little paraffin-based sewing machine oil, widely available. So just every place that there's going to be movement, where there's metal against metal, you want oil. Got oil, put some in the oiler here, and we'll open it up. You gotta have some oil in that cylinder. Oil here at the intake valve that goes in and out. Exhaust valve, I mean, there is an intake valve here, but it's tough to get to without taking it off. So I'm not going to take it off today to get into oil it, but if you want to do that, you got to take out these 3 bolts, pull out the cover. Well, I've got, I think, everything oiled. There's also a grease cup on the clutch pulley there that I just greased the other day, so it doesn't need any new grease in it either. It turned in, so the pulley's not engaged now. You can shove that in to engage it, pull it out to disengage it. And since that's a true and working clutch pulley, you can do that as it's running, either in and out. The ignition on this uses 3 of the 9-volt batteries. They're mounted in a holder underneath here, connected here. It's an igniter fired engine. There's an on and off switch here. It's marked on and off on the little switch. I also put an on lettering there, so you can easily see when it's on and off. And I'm not going to put any fuel into the tank. That goes here. You can put fuel in the tank, but then you want to run it all out or drain it all out. This fuel doesn't gum up. What I'm using is this is Coleman fuel, Coleman Camp fuel. You can shoot that. This is Coleman Camp fuel that I'm using, and it's mixed with 2 ounce to the gallon added Marvel Mystery Oil, the red Marvel Mystery Oil. So I just put some here in the cup at the mixer or carburetor, and the needle valve is set. There's a needle valve here, and then it's probably hard to see on the video, but I've got a little black dot there at the wire, which is set correct. It's very sensitive, so if you just leave it there, you won't have to mess with trying to find where it should be. So we'll see. It should be about ready to go. I think I got enough in there. I'll just leave that down so I can add some more. Turn it over about once. There is a butterfly in here, so you can choke it with this, but I don't mess with using it because there's a hole. There's a hole right under here at the pipe, and I just use that to choke it with my finger. So it'll only take a couple of chokes probably here, and it would help to turn it on. Here we go. That's tight down there. You can't pull that out. You have to loosen it and roll. Warmed up here a bit and first no. Give it a little choke so it's suck in a little more fuel each time. This is a water pump over here. On the eccentric. Because we don't have any water in it. Just warm it up, it'll even out good.